Just something I need to say. We are not here today because we are happy. We are not here because everything is okay. It is not. Do not let the rhetoric of politicians hijack our reality. We have to fight harder to be heard and insistent and not back down. And thank you, all of you here for not backing down. Thank you. We cannot live our lives by rules that assume we are dependent on men. We cannot rely on legislation that makes that assumption. We should not be punished for speaking in our own interest. We do not need male permission or approval to exercise our rights. Thank you to all the men who get that, all you guys who are here today in support of us. And I just want to say that because I don't want you to feel like you're being bashed. That's not what this is about. This is about all of us standing together in solidarity. Thank you. Speaking of solidarity, our next speaker, a very important person in the state of South Carolina. She is the president of the AFL-CIO, which is the labor union here in South Carolina. You may not have known we actually have one in this right-to-work state. Excuse me, right-to-work for less state. So without further ado, Donna Dewitt.
Hello everybody. It's one thing to be fired up, but it's another thing to have a bunch of women with supportive men fired up. Woo! Now, Gilda Cobb-Hunter asked me to send her regrets. She had a prior commitment out of state, and we all know that she's an advocate for those who need a voice. She's always there for us. Let's hear it for Gilda. Yes. Okay, on April the 17th, we observed Equal Pay Day. When businesses fail to compensate women equally, it hurts everyone. It takes 15 months and 17 days for most women to earn what the average man makes in one calendar year. Women earn on an average 77 cents to the dollar, compared with men often in the same occupation, with the same level of education and experience. I'd like to share a couple of experiences gained from being a woman involved in the labor movement. First of all, let me say something about Coalition of Labor Union Women. They strive for solidarity, involvement, dignity, and justice. They empower women in the workplace. They advance women in their unions and promote policies that support women and working families. They do this by developing your leadership skills to excel on the job, in your union and your community. They network with other labor women, increase women's activism and leadership in the labor movement. They work for progressive political change, and they benefit every member from the information and publications that they give their members. Now, our unions negotiate contracts that protect the parity for women with their men counterparts. I'm very fortunate to be a union member, in a union that recognizes the abilities of women and what they bring to the workplace, and providing opportunities for them to advance not only in their unions, but in their work. Let's reflect on our historical moments in the labor movement in regards to women. Women were given an opportunity to be active in the Women's Trade Union League in America, and that was 1903 through 1950. It was an organization which fostered women's trade unions, studied working conditions, and promoted protective legislation for women workers. Today, we also, on this day, April 28th, observe Workers' Memorial Day. And we need to be aware of safety in the workplaces. In the United States, on average, 12 workers die on the job each and every day, and many are injured. Virtually every safety and health protection on the books today are because of working men and women who came and joined together in their unions for protection. In 2010, in South Carolina, there were 65 deaths in the workplace. That ranked 26 among the states. There were 37,000 injuries at $519 per injury, ranking 48th in the states. Former Former Texas Governor Ann Richards described a woman best in her famous quote, "After all, Ginger Rogers did everything that Fred Astaire did. She did it backwards and in high heels." So let's examine that famous quote more closely. While uniquely different, Fred and Ginger both contributed to the success of their beautiful and successful career. In our workplace, in our families and communities, it is a right of each individual to make decisions and choices regarding their life. It should be each individual's decision to dance in high heels or barefooted with a partner of their choice, to live their life without the interference or intrusion of government. Now, I too want to thank the men that are with us today. And with us today is Brett Bursey, who's a longtime activist in the forefront of rights for women and others. Brett, where are you? I see Tom Turnipseed with his wife Judy here today. And Tom Summers was here, I know, with his wife today. There's so many of you here. The Vets for Peace are here. Some of the guys with the Occupy Columbia are here. And I want to thank all of you for being here and carrying on the fight with us. Let's learn from the history and the education and the sacrifices. Let's talk again about those things that so many dedicated their life to and sacrificed for, to try to level the playing field for all people. Let's work together, side by side, to reach the goals that they set out to accomplish that have not been accomplished. We are women. We can do this, and it's about high heel time we did.